And it looks like they're off. We'll see if either of them, well, we know Fruitbat won't, but we'll see if Feral decides to be using Moonfall in this. We didn't happen to see if he made that setting switch or if it was already saved.
It looks like they're beautifully synced up going through series.
And looks like both of them just going to do the damage down on Ridley, not going to go after the 100 shots. Damageless. Not a whole lot to really talk about in series. It's your standard typical escape the station before it blows up. Looks like FBS hitting up some of that Steam sale. Hitting up a lot of that Steam sale. He is getting caught up there.
It looks like both of them are doing a much better job than Twitch plays Super Metroid. Both getting out on their very first try.
Yes, and still with all that steam that FBS ran into, still getting a 43, so good on him for that.
So for the questions about the bracket, this is the second to last match of the tournament, and after this, there will only be the finals left, which is a winner of this match versus Sloters, we believe. And soon we're going to get to see whether Feral is using Moonfall, or whether neither of these runners decides to use Moonfall. And it looks like neither of these runners can use Moonfall. Oh, no. Never mind. We got debated by Feral turning around through the door transition.
And FBS using what he would call appropriate fall speed there. We would have to, unfortunately, disagree with him. Gotta have that meme fall.
That was actually a very interesting strat by Feral, going through the door of Parlor, doing a turnaround in midair to get a better alignment next to the door.
Both runners going to be finding Morph Ball as the first item. That's definitely a good thing, though, in this vanilla tournament. It would be very odd to see high jump this there.
It looks like FBS does not go for the down back method.
Ooh, interesting construction zone up from Feral. That is one that we have not seen.
That was a very interesting construction zone up. We have not seen that before either.
What FBS there did is what we're used to seeing, and we do wonder how that compares time-wise.
It has to be faster. That looks way harder, and Feral wouldn't be doing it unless it's faster. Feral getting the very swag deboost in the reverse pit room. And we have Feral going for a classic right side wall jump climb.
And FBS doing the same thing.
And it looks like Feral is going to go for the OH3 wall jump parlor. It'll be very interesting to see what FBS does here. Parlor is one of those beautiful rooms in the game where there's just so many variations of how you can get through the first half of it, even though it looks like a really, really simple room.
We hadn't realized that you could get up there in one and get that first wall jump without landing. Looks like Feral not getting the BT skip. Looks like he tried to arm pump it out, but unfortunately failing the BT skip.
Both of these runners with a beautiful sub-5 bombs.
So, for those of you who don't know, BT skip is actually something that's only able to be done on POW due to how the game itself runs. So, both runners on NTSC here not going to be able to get that BT skip.
From what we have heard, you have approximately half of a pixel of leeway, and that is with perfect 30 Hz arm pumping. So just not ever something you're ever going to see for a human. And beyond that, you have to hope for good door closing RNG. So even if you do the perfect arm pumping, you do a perfect wall jump check, you're still not guaranteed to get it.
FPS with a really nice Terminator there.
And it looks like Feral is setting up to go up the red tower. We do believe that Feral runs new route. And meanwhile, it looks like FPS is going to go down the tower, so it looks like we're going to have some route divergence.
We're sure this is probably kind of a stupid question, but is there a new route, Hundo?
Oh!
We don't see why you couldn't, but...
Oh, we completely forgot that this is Hundo.
Well, we got debated there.
We got debated there, Feral. You know what it probably is? Yeah. We agree with Sloters, it's probably just Feral's muscle memory from New Route. Oh, or he could be doing early power bombs. We got completely debated by that.
Both runners getting the good mock ball through, and Feral remembering to go in and get the items here and behind the reserve.
So let's give the runners luck for getting the reverse mock ball through their early supers run. That is an incredibly hard mock ball to get, and both of these runners are going to go for it.
Let's see those plus RNGs in chat. Oh, and Feral getting it very nicely, and remembering to pick up the missile as well.
Feral beautifully getting it.
FPS as well, very nice to both runners.
And while you're watching, make sure you follow both of these amazing runners. And make sure you follow Empress Poppy for her amazing commentary. For their amazing commentary.
Make sure you follow Freya's as well.
Now Feral gets a cargo ball in the Takoro pit.
Oh, Tetra, these poor runners never know what they're getting into when we do commentary. We have had so many of those commentary curses.
So it'll be interesting to see if either of them does the early ice route. The early ice route is about 15 seconds faster, but you have to do the ice clip, and if you miss the ice clip once, you're even. If you miss it twice, we think you're behind.
We think Maniacal has said before that missing that ice clip costs about 13 seconds apiece due to room transitions and everything else. We could be misquoting on that, so if we are, please correct us. We don't want to put out bad information there, but...
It looks like Feral is going to be going down.
Just a very nice down back there in Red Tower.
That was a very, very interesting Red Tower strat by Feral. He did not lay a bomb, he just went a long way around. Not something that we usually see.
With the mock ball speed, though, we would almost want to say, due to bomb explosion time, that it might even out, but that's something that would have to be tested.
That's interesting enough that it has to be tested.
So far, neither runner missing a single item, so good on them.
Okay, we think Sloters is trying to say that it actually is slower to do it Feral's way, do the way Feral did it. Feral is just not used to ever going down the red tower. Because he does do new route, and he did say that this is his first Hundo run in 2 years.
Feral entering Crate hallway, plenty of health, not having. Oh, but shout out to Kojak.
Super. It'll be interesting. Is he gonna kill? Okay, so he's gonna kill the Ghidorah with missiles and then go for the 2 missile kill.
Both runners getting hit by a mini Crate spike there. Not gonna be detrimental for him though. We saw FPS practicing the quick kill here as they both begin the dance of death with Crate.
Feral beautifully gets a quick kill. Let's hope that FPS follows suit.
FPS going for the charge method.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, prom for FPS. This is one of those things where you see someone practicing something and they nail it every time, and then when they get into the run, unfortunately, race luck happens.
This is something where no matter how much you practice it, you're just gonna miss it some of the time. Like, remember hearing that at one point Zost had a PD where he just missed the quick kill. And so it's nothing in Super Metroid is ever free.
Yeah, indeed, Sloters. That was definitely a good recovery by FPS. Thankfully, having the 2 missiles in already, it was a quick cleanup. Plus, a fun little interaction on Crate. If you get the stand-up glitch like that, if you're taking the prom, you do actually, typically you would shoot Crate to make him open his mouth, but on that initial stand-up, you actually have to wait it out until Crate opens his mouth the first time on his own, and then you'll be able to actually shoot him to make him open his mouth after that point. So FPS getting lucky that Crate opened up right away for him, as opposed to making him wait.
We are coming up on Poppy's favorite room, the business center, and we are going to see what strats they do.
Looks like Feral going for some bonk strats there, but still gets down nicely.
It looked like Feral was going for the optimal strat, which is not easy, but did not get it. Let's see if FPS does a ball with this team. Yes, FPS just does the ball strat there.
Still very beautiful.
Much easier and just a little bit slower.
But still very beautiful.
And way more consistent. So, Feral is coming up on Cathedral Missiles. This is probably the first item in Hundo that you can really miss accidentally. And let's all hope that Feral successfully manages to grab them. It does look like Feral is going to grab them.
And moment of truth for FPS coming up. We'll see if he remembers to grab these missiles as well.
Meanwhile, Feral is coming up on the hardest mini-boss in the game, King Kak.
We would argue that the King Kak here is more of an actual boss than a mini-boss.
And Feral gets shot by King Kak, but recognizes that it is coming, and reacts by morphing, in Morphball you always deboost high, so that is guaranteed to get you up. So that was Feral reacting beautifully to what was a difficult situation. Because for that one, when you're first starting to run, you basically if you get hit by King Kak, you basically say that it's bad RNG, and you try again.
No Kip, no one said Kit Kat.
eventually you learn how to react to it, and it becomes much trickier.
Oh, we didn't notice. Did Feral get those speed missiles?
Yes, Feral definitely got the speed missiles. So Feral there went for opening that door with missiles in the single chamber, and one of the things you'll notice is that he actually shot the little orb, as well as the seahorse. And shooting the orb there reduces lag if you're going to use the missile strat. So that was very calculated. Actually, FPS is doing the same.
Yeah. FPS choosing to use reds on that door, however, as opposed to greens having more than enough at this point. Could have taken the quick green there.
And FPS also makes sure to kill the little orb there when opening that door with reds. We wonder if this is actually part of the normal Hundo route where you want to do that so you have more supers for Croc.
Oh jeez, I have to go to Croc. We forgot this was on the...
Commentators curse for commentators. We both forgot it was Hundo.
It looks like Feral forgetting Croc. Maybe he's gonna be doing the early ice route.
Ice.
Yes, indeed. Feral heading to the Ice Palace to...
This means that we have route divergence.
Yes, committing to the ice clip. Wow, looks like we're yeah, FPS going down to Croc.
That was really cute there. Jumping out and then freezing the Gamer the Nova to use as a platform.
Very beautiful mock ball there by Feral to get out of ice.
So we would expect we definitely think that Feral is going to Alpha Spark, especially with this health and ammo.
So FPS using charge shots here. Doesn't matter if he were to remove every beam except for charge. Croc is still going to move back 2 spaces whenever you hit him with charge beam. We believe it's 3 for a super and 1 for a regular missile.
Yep. So by using a super in a round, you can make Croc go a regular and a super. You can make Croc go back twice as far as you could with a charge shot. And if you could land a charge shot and a super in the same round, you can make Croc go back 5 squares. But which we believe is probably possible, but might be like so tight that it's not worth going for.
So what y'all saw FPS do just before the E-Tank, where he kind of took that acid bath, was he had a shot charged, and if you stand in that spot and shoot a charge wave spader shot up to the top right corner, you'll actually do a wraparound shot that will open that door there that he just sparked through.
So one of the little details about this route is that Feral is going to have 1 less E-Tank going into the wreck ship, which, especially after all the sparks and with the spiky room of death in the attic, actually does make a big difference.
Electric Snow, getting an E-Tank does not refill the reserves. However, getting any of the energy refill stations will.
So at this point, it's much more likely that Feral is going to need their ship refill than FPS, just because Feral is down an E-Tank, and so it's taking a much harder route energy-wise.
Unfortunately, took a lot of damage in the beta power bombs room there.
Did he actually tap any of those hoppers?
How do you mean?
Oh, we didn't see if he actually hit any of the hoppers.
Yeah, we believe he got hit by a hopper, and he definitely hit one of the spikes. He's down to 269 right now on energy.
Okay, the spikes only do 8 damage, so those don't really matter that much.
Yeah. So there's a couple strats you can do in that room, from kind of grouping all the hoppers on the right side and planting a power bomb, to a Shine Spark strat, which is...
We have a missile fly attempt coming up.
Oh, very nice on the pickup. Oh,
no. So
just
close.
Missing it. It looks like Feral gonna be going for X Factor strats.
So that is a divergence from the world record. The world record typically goes for Dopplers rather than X Factors, so they can keep Spazer equipped for the wraparound shot into Gauntlet, because there's more room for error if you have Spazer equipped.
Yeah, trying to get that wraparound shot with just Charge Wave is just incredibly difficult, where it's basically free with Charge Wave Spazer.
And we are a bit surprised to see this, given that Feral is a new rat runner. He will have lots and lots of experience with Dopplering.
It's a very beautiful nice speedball.
Beautiful speedball entry.
So it looks like Feral going to be going for the charge X Factors, where you charge a shot, shoot Fantoon, and then do the X Factor. It is contingent on knowing all of Fantoon's patterns.
We are very surprised that Feral is doing this and tanking so much. Feral with the diagonal Doppler.
Nice.
Feral with the diagonal Doppler straight into Fantoon's eye. That was beautiful.
The FPS getting the Alpha Spark as well.
So one interesting thing there is that Feral tanked a ton of damage while trying to get off the X Factor, and he's already a bit low on health because he took a late croc route, so he's down at E-Tank. So it'll be very interesting to see how his health management works for the rest of the run. And right there you can see the effects of Feral not having run in 2 years, because Feral just forgot to lay a power bomb there, and muscle memoried into old route any percent there, which is not a big deal. It just it's something that Feral forgot.
JRF. So Feral is he's not ahead, but he's not behind. But he's not ahead, and he's not behind, if that makes sense. So there was route divergence, and it's going to be kind of really difficult to tell who's going to be ahead until pretty late in the run.
We are fairly certain that Feral is ahead. Feral's movement has been incredibly clean, and Feral had a lead initially, and we don't think that Feral has done anything really wrong. So you probably would give Feral a 15 to 20 second lead.
Feral jumping into the spiky room of death there, making us clench, but gets a very nice bounce ball across.
So Feral is coming up on a very interesting trick for this route. You have to do a mid-air bomb jump, mid-air horizontal bomb jump to get the E-Tank because you don't have grapple. Meanwhile, FVS is going to have grapple and is going to have no trouble with this run whatsoever.
So it... What? So it is actually possible to make it across there by jumping with speed and high jump. It's just incredibly difficult.
And Feral gets a third try without falling. So it looks like Feral is not going to have any health problems after that Phantoon. Meanwhile, FBS is setting up for his Phantoon.
We will see if FBS, yeah, he's already turned off Spazer, so he'll be going for a hybrid Phantoon strat.
So Feral taking some hits in the spiky room of death. Feral really wants that HP so that Feral does not need a ship refill. At this point, we would not be surprised if Feral doesn't just take their ship refill. Are we going to get to see a ballistic attic? Or is this going to be a speed keep? We're going to get to see a speed keep attic. Any speed keep attic attempt is beautiful.
FBS setting up for his Phantoon. He does kind of how Feral started, and well then, yeah, it's basically going to be kind of what we saw from Feral. It's going to do the X Factor and then go into the missiles.
And I have a beautiful double robot cargo by Feral. That is a fascinating strat by FBS. That is a fascinating Phantoon strat.
The only downside to FBS's Phantoon strat is that if he misses a single shot, unfortunately, that last super missile will enrage Phantoon. So good on FBS for landing every single shot there and getting Phantoon down very quickly.
We think FBS actually has one shot of room for error using that strat. No, he doesn't.
Oh, shoutouts to Kojak again for Feral, unfortunately. But thankfully being Hundo, won't be in too much dire need there
So
on
we think
those
Feral has
supers
already
much
signed
longer.
We think that Feral has already signed up for a ship refill, so it's definitely not a big deal. And Feral looks like he's gonna get the beautiful gauntlet spark, or bowling spark.
Jesus, yes, bowling spark. So the bowler's setting up to bowl Feral into these spikes here. We'll see how well this goes for him. Fortunately, the bowler's going to take away all these spikes, and looks like he's going to go off the lane a little bit and down to another door. So bowler taking some pity on Feral here, transporting him to a new location as opposed to just throwing him back into those spikes. FBS in the spiky death room of death has a very nice setup where if you're up against the door and you open it and then just simply run into the room, you'll land right on that platform and have a really great setup for the rest of the room.
Does it actually work? We're used to having to do a down grab to actually make that work.
No, you just simply have to run straight into the room and you land right on the platform.
And FPS showing off why grapple makes this room so much easier. And it looks like Feral actually may be trying to skip the ship refill at this point. It definitely looks like he's trying to conserve power bombs.
Feral with a very nice gravity pickup, not going for the skip today. This Hundo, after all, they're both going to need that item. Ooh, an FBS with the really interesting deboost there. Looks like he had maybe a little bit of trouble on the reverse traversal, but recovered very nicely.
And Feral beating those crumble block respawning.
That is not an easy thing to do.
So Feral is going to come up very soon in the wraparound shot, which is going to be trickier for him because he unequips Phaser.
We'll see if he bothers to re-equip it, but we would...
Meanwhile, FBS with a perfect Attic Spark. Is he gonna bomb jump up there? Oh, he's sparking from further up to conserve health.
Yeah.
That is a really clever strategy.
And also not going to spark through here, but arguably this room's fairly easy to jump through.
And he's making sure not to get hit by any of the seahorses either. So let's see how Feral's wraparound shot goes. That is not an easy trick that Feral is doing right there.
No, not at all. Not with
and you're seeing exactly why it's. And you're seeing exactly why it's so difficult.
It's almost to the point to where, like, the pause just to equip Spacer would save that time, but he gets it.
And
very nice job.
Is this health right for going for the back half of Gauntlet Spark?
Yeah, because there's going to be these.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. He's going for it. This strat is beautiful when it's pulled off, but it's really hard. And unfortunately, he does not get the speed echoes in the right time. It looks like FPS is not going to go for a Bowling Spark. It's going to try and get a 2-spike instead.
Ooh, very nice getting that 2-spike from FPS there. Oh, and just a little bit quick on that deboost by Feral.
Let's hope that Feral gets this room correctly. This room is really bad when you mess it up. If you miss one of these missiles, you have to go a long way around, and that costs about a minute, which would yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, good job on Feral not ripping the run there. You still have to be careful though, because if you take those crumble blocks a little bit too far down, and you start running to the other missile, it's possible to forget that you have another set of crumble blocks there and can fall down. So always got to be careful no matter where you're at in that room.
So let's see if Feral goes for the Edikun, the Green Brinstorm main shaft Moonfall. It is possible. It does save some time. It won't get him all the way down because he's not tasked, but it will save some time if he actually does it. But it looks very tricky. Oh, he's not going for it. Oh right, this is his first Hunter run in a very long time, so that would not be something that he's practiced.
The FBS picking up that gravity, almost getting the gravity skip attempt there. Very nice deboost training room out of Feral. That room's actually a lot tougher to get through quickly like that than you'd think.
And very nice smoke ball by FBS. Looks like FPS is going for the ship refill. That looks like it's mostly... We're actually surprised that FPS is going for that. FPS looked like he had enough health for pull it off otherwise.
JRF, you wouldn't skip gravity. It's more of a meme than anything else, to where if you shoot the little egg orb and you're too close to it, you'll actually run through gravity, and it's possible to do that and go out the door at the same time. And then you have to make that whole trip back around, including Boulder, to pick it back up.
Is Feral gonna get Mission Impossible? Nope. Let's hope that FBS has better luck with the wraparound shot. FBS is actually re-equipping Spazer for this. It costs about 5 seconds, but it does make the shot much easier.
First try. Feral getting that super shot on the first try, very nice. So FBS coming into the typical run ender of the game. Hopefully it does not end the run here. He gets it very nicely.
And neither of those players are going for the quick drops there, just because that's so risky. Especially in a race situation. We would not expect any runner to go for quick drops in a race situation.
What's worse than that is when you do go for the quick drops and you end up on one side or the other on accident.
Yep, that is exactly why we would not expect either of these runners to go for it in a race situation.
Feral making his way down to the waterway and pick up that E-tank.
And Feral getting the perfect jump to the E-tank. That is not easy to do. It's very easy to jump too early, and I have to get speed echoes again. And then Feral going for the spark cut up here. Oh, unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
And Feral not going for the ceiling clip there. Described as static as being some voodoo.
Feral dropping that power bomb there to open up that orange door. Hopefully it was close enough and it was not a waste of power bomb.
It was definitely close enough. You can lay it on the ground there and it still is close enough. Feral is doing an amazing, for not having run Hundo in 2 years, Feral is doing an amazing job remembering everything. Every last little detail.
Feral says in the IRC that he couldn't find his splits and he's having to do this blind. So even more props to Feral on this Hundo run so far.
Oh, FBS unfortunately missing the spark.
That's a hard spark to get.
Got hit by the hopper and got deboosted up, so didn't manage to do that. Let's see if he gets Mission Impossible. That's interesting that he did the spark that way, given that he wasn't going for Mission Impossible.
Feral getting the nice short charge at the bottom of Meridia here to get Main Street.
It's actually, if you aren't going to go for Mission Impossible, it's actually faster to it's actually faster to just do a horizontal spark into Mission Impossible, because the power bomb from below will open the wave gate door.
Oh.
Is this close?
No, just short.
Just short.
Yeah,
but he
he's
does
gonna
get
have
the
to
E-tank.
jump up.
He does get the E-tank.
That's good. That's good that he did get the E-tank.
Wall jumping up is not that much time lost.
Yes, making his way into the wave gate room. Gonna opting for the mock ball strat or the morph ball strat there and gets it. Not an easy thing to do.
Feral gets straight into Crab Supers right there. And Feral using the bomb strat on Crab Supers. Using a bomb actually is a little bit faster than using a power bomb because of lag.
Doc, is he walking fast and homebound too?
The deboost off of the fish into Meridia Beach is one of the more beautiful deboosts of the game. Unfortunately, Feral goes instead. Feral is going to be heading straight into the next room that Feral is heading into. We'll be very interested to see how he does that, because that is not a room that we've studied, and it's a room which is not very easy to figure out either.
Unfortunately, Feral missing the jump there, but it is possible to get all the way up there with one good jump from the bottom.
We believe that Oates has... Okay, Feral, FPS does remember the
Green Hills missiles.
For a second we thought that he's just gonna run straight past them and miss them.
Hey, you can pick them up on the way back through.
Not if he gets the reverse slinky.
Just casually pull off the reverse slinky.
Approximate time is about an hour and a half. It looked like FBS got a corner boost right there.
FBS having a very nice bat room there. That's actually that room just increases in difficulty once you get speed and high jump.
Let's see how FBS's short charge is.
Feral hitting with all four of those X Factor bullets and YOLOing those supers.
FBS gets a first try short charge. That is a very tight short charge and an excellent place to practice short charging. Full happy hype. Full happy hype. And it looks good.
Oh, let's get those PogChamps ready. Oh, PogChamps in chat for the full happy. Very nice by Feral.
Saving the animals is only a part of Hundo when Punk is running.
We think BPS saves them too, typically, so.
So Feral should be going for 2 in blue. Or maybe it'll be very interesting to see if he goes for the world record strat. That is much more difficult, but also incredibly beautiful.
So...
Is that a rain dance?
It looks like it, yes.
There's a rain dance attempt anyway. So Feral is running into problems there. While the X Factors are on screen, you actually get more lag, which messes up your taps. Feral getting very good RNG. All the goop patterns.
Jeez, we thought that was going to be another goop with that delay. Very nice by Feral, and the blue suit as well. Goes for the spike suit.
We were a bit surprised that Feral went for the blue suit rather than just sparking. Especially since he was going to go for a flash suit. Or a spike suit. Because of blue suit, the reverse halfie only saves about like 5 seconds. And it takes a while to wait for another Dragon pattern. Beautiful, beautiful Wumple jump by Feral. That is not easy to do at all. That is not easy to do at all, but it's by far the fastest way through here. Feral with a wonderful moonfall there.
Very nice jump to pick up that energy tank. Yes, coming back through Normandy on his way to the beach now. Gonna go back down the bottom.
And a beautiful sandpit cargo. That always looks so beautiful when you get it intentionally. And it's always so awful when you accidentally get it.
It's so terrible when you get it at any percent.
So it looked like Feral was going for the soft lock speed key. But instead goes for a spark to these items.
And here we see a different strat by FBS using the audio cue for the X Factors onto Botwoon as opposed to the run down and come back method that Feral had used.
And in that room you can see evidence of not using Moonfall because he turns around without crouching. Okay, so Feral is coming up on the ice cliff. And how well Feral does in the ice cliff will determine who is ahead. Because it's very, very easy to just mess up the ice cliff.
And FBS getting the halfie very nicely there from the setup room before.
The ice cliff, you have a few pixels of leeway when you freeze the Puyo. But it's not easy at all, so this is going to be very interesting. And this is the price that you pay in the ice first route.
Alright, Feral with a good setup there.
And gets the perfect setup.
First try, very nice by Feral.
Very, very nice. Let's get those shock trolls in chat for everybody's favorite digging machine.
Yes. Hopefully Feral will do the correct thing and destroy Shack Tool at the end here.
Electrics, the reason why it is called the full halfie, originally there was a halfie to get through the half of the room.
Which
and originally the full halfie was
FBS
thought
did.
to be task only. And then eventually people figured out that you could actually do the full halfie, humans could do the full halfie. And
Bombs actually injure Shack Tool.
it's kind of like how in some games you get things you get the first cycle for some levels, and then somebody finds a faster way and suddenly it's zero cycle, and then Task finds an even faster way and then it's -1 cycle.
Why?
As far as we are aware, this is actually a thing in Sonic Adventure 2.
Gotta get those 0 cycles.
And Tenemy is hoping for a Shacktool kill. Unfortunately, Feral disappoints. Hopefully FBS will do the right thing and kill Shacktool.
If FBS getting the nice reverse full halfie there. Feral making his way through one of 2 anxiety rooms very nicely. Shoutouts to Kojak once again. Feral picking up his plasma beam, gonna make his way out of here. Fun fact about these pirates in the plasma beam room is that they're actually immune to charge shots. Very nice moonfall there by Feral as well. FBS making his way over to Shack Tool now. He's going to be going up through this little grapple hole and around the door. Why there's even a door transition there is beyond us. So there's actually two doors in the game. That being one of them there in the pants room that you just go up and over. And then the other one is down by Edicoon's, where there's a passageway you can take that takes you underneath the door to the other side of the room and saves on a whole door transition. FBS coming up on the end of Shack Tool here. Will he do the right thing and kill Shack Tool? Unfortunately not. FBS gonna validate his run, picking up that spring ball. Make sure you all go follow those runners, by the way. You definitely don't want to miss out on anything they're going to be doing with the game in the future. They're both very, very great runners. They're putting on an amazing show, and they deserve all the love and affection in the world. So Feral remembered those Kraid missiles, is going to go down into Norfair and finish cleaning everything up.
So Feral going for this beautiful, beautiful, let's see if Feral gets a quick... Oh, unfortunately misses it. Chronic boost? Unfortunately, no. Feral's going for the Lava Spark just for swag. Just for swag. It's not any faster, it's just pure swag.
Unfortunately, just. Unfortunately, Feral missed the boost there.
It'll be interesting to see how used to Space Jump Feral is, because Feral runs New Route and hasn't run Hundo in 2 years, so does not get many chances to use Space Jump in Lower Norfair.
Yeah, Hypebot. Unfortunately, no shack tools were harmed in the making of the feed runs. They should have been, but unfortunately, none were.
Neither player validating their run by killing Shack Tool.
Shame. Oh god, JRF. No, it should just be kill Shack Tool and pick up the rest of the items. Thankfully, Feral picking up those missiles and not falling through the crumble block. It looked like he used the spring ball strat there, which, fun fact about spring ball, is if you're holding jump when you have spring ball and you land on a crumble block, you will immediately jump back up and not have to worry about falling through the crumble blocks.
There's actually a very cool spring ball strat by FVS in the Ice Palace. Aramoth is right. They are going to kill the Shack Tool by blowing up a planet, so the run will be validated.
Yeah, but then they're just being passive observers to Shack Tool's fate. Very nice fast pillars by Feral. As he heads into the worst room in the game, made into one of the easiest rooms in the game with Screw Attack and Space Jump.
Feral remembering the Mickey Mouse missiles, which we had completely forgotten about, so...
Props to Feral.
Just showing why Feral is so good at this game.
These are going to be the last tricky item he's going to have to get, because if he's not careful, he could fall back through and have to go back through fast pillars again. Those crumble blocks there, you see he just missed them, so good on Feral for getting back up through there.
And just after Lower Norfair, they will be synced up.
Allison, that sounds like a conspiracy theory there. So if that's true, does killing Shack Tool mean even if you save the animals, you've actually killed them?
That'll make the animals in Fusion so much slower than they already are. FBS also just balling up and spring balling across there. It's a little bit slower, but it's like 100 times safer. And Feral almost getting the nice double-double.
Jared bring up a good point. Feral still has to go through Croc. And FPS does have ice at this point, so...
So because Feral is doing, late Croc, we're gonna get to see Croc's moonwalk tutorial.
The current beam combo that Feral has is going to take 20 shots on Ridley. We'll see if he does a hybrid between charged shots and super missiles.
We're not surprised that he's not using supers. This is fairly low. His super count is not that high.
And FPS also remembering the missiles up top here.
FPS is currently ranked 57th in both 80% and 100%. That is a very neat random fact.
Croc is very easy with as long as you have just plasma beam and charge beam AC.
Feral going for the very, very, very beautiful speed well out, and almost gets it.
Balthazar, that's a hundo fact, not a rando fact.
And very soon we're gonna see both of them make attempts at the reverse slinky.
Best strat in the game, reverse slinky.
It looks like Feral is not forgetting Firefly. That is a really, really, really bad one to forget.
FPS going for the double-double. He's going to say, get wrecked, scrub to 1, and you too, nerd, to the second one. Nice metal pirate's room there by FPS.
Oh, Feral is going for the speed. Feral is gonna get this. Feral is gonna get this.
This is
Wow.
PogChamps ready.
Wow.
Wow, PogChamps, y'all. That is absolutely insane.
That is probably the most beautiful trick that Feral pulled off this entire run. That is not easy at all to do. FBS trying to contend with tail first pickups.
Oh gosh.
We're really happy that this is hundo, not any percent, because that would have been really, really bad if that were any percent. Because he got hit like 4 times there.
And Feral remembering to pick up the Dreknarf missile. Gonna go back up through the 3 Musketeers. Having screw attack is gonna make this so much easier. Little interesting factoid about that, though, is that whenever you're in wall jump pose, you lose the screw attack invulnerability. So if you, so it is still possible to get hit by the key hunters there, in that little shaft, for the jump ups.
Unfortunately, Feral is still a little bit too, even with still a little bit too fast to get the D-boost off of that orb.
That feel when you're speedrunner, just a little bit too fast for your strat. That is actually a really interesting room, because if you are too fast, like Phrase was talking about, you will miss that D-boost off the orb. And there's things you can do to mitigate that, but it's not always easy to recover it. FPS also remembering. Also remembering to get the Bubble Mountain missile over here. Something that we had forgotten about.
We think almost every item in Friendo has been forgotten at some point, and has made somebody sad.
All that time for that 99%. No one wants to see that.
That was a really interesting Firefly strat by FPS. He actually shot up to freeze the Fune, last Fune, and then he actually shot up to freeze the last Fune, and then jumped over the last rock. So Feral is approaching the moonwalk tutorial given by Croc.
We'll see if he walks him, and he does.
And Samus is doing the swag moonwalk with Croc.
Fortunately, however, Samus will stop just before the acid, whereas unfortunately Croc's gonna take that bath. This poor Crocomire. Crocomire, like y'all were saying Shacktool did nothing wrong. Crocomire did nothing wrong. Crocomire will just sit there and say hello to you, ask how your day is, offer you tea and cookies, and you just shoot him in the mouth and walk him back into the acid. It's very unfortunate. It was actually something that, as a kid, it definitely disturbed us a little bit.
It wasn't even until we saw one of our friends doing a casual playthrough a couple months ago that we even realized that Croc doesn't do anything until you shoot first.
So, much like Han Solo, it seems like Samus shot first. It's okay, y'all can boo that one.
So FPS is getting missiles first before the reserve tank in that room. It's actually an interesting theory there about whether you want the more run speed going the reverse way through the room, or whether you just want to get the reserve tank first. And Tinemy makes an interesting point. Right now, we're going to see the routes converge.
Kip, we know Feral picked up the Kraid missiles. We actually didn't notice if FPS picked up the Kraid missiles, so fingers crossed on that. He might be getting them after the elevator up, however.
This is incredibly close.
Oh, very nice
What?
springball strat there
Springball
by
strat.
Feral. Holy moly.
And springball strat, we did not even know that existed. That was beautiful.
That was fantastic.
They're both one item fanfare away from syncing up.
Yeah, looks like FPS having to go get those Kraid missiles right now, which is going to bring this a lot closer than we all think. So we all have a good old race on our hands here at this point.
This is really, really, really close. At this point, they're both synced up in terms of items.
Yeah.
And they'll sync up at the top of the Norfair elevator.
FPS being just a little bit ahead at this point.
FPS is ahead at this point. This is incredibly, incredibly close. That's right, FPS had a very nice, incredibly, incredibly good Dragon.
FPS gonna go up and get a gravity. He's gonna get a X-ray here. Thankfully, having all the tools he needs to get in there and get out in one piece. Not to mention all those amazing attempts. Unfortunately,
Feral had a slow fast.
FPS unfortunately missing a waiver there, not getting all the little animals in there destroyed. Feral as well, missing a couple fire fleas there.
This is an amazing race.
That was actually that's actually really awesome. Yeah.
Slow fast versus slow mid. So Fantoon at this point, Fantoon RNG. Oh no, never mind. Reverse slinky, reverse slinky, reverse slinky.
Oh my God! Is he gonna just casually get this? Oh, unfortunate. Still a very nice attempt there by Sloater, or by FPS.
Reverse Slinky will decide the race. That would be really, really, really awesome.
Sloaters, in case we haven't told you yet, very nice attempt on that reverse Slinky there. Guns, no, technically Feral's route is a little bit faster. It just comes down to which tricks you want to pull off and which you don't.
Feral's route is faster, but also much riskier because Feral's route relies on a really hard trick. Or not really hard, but really inconsistent trick.
FPS on his way up to Billy Mays. He's gonna visit the grave of Billy Mays here, and there's not one, but two missiles here.
We believe that Feral is getting that missile pack down there first, versus in a different order than FPS.
Feral with a really interesting morph ball out of there. What is this?
It looked like he morph balled off a part of the door. That was utterly that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
he absolutely amazing.
Like just right off that platform into morph, just very beautiful. Holy moly! That's gotta be. Wow, like we can't even imagine the sequence of controller inputs there. Obviously there's a down input somewhere. Oh, and FPS unfortunately goop sparking right in the doorway.
Feral not getting that spark either, so another room where they're even. There's so many cool spring ball strats that you just never get to see otherwise. It looks like they're about 10
definitely
seconds apart at
catching
this
up.
point. This is so close.
This is the last tricky room here. Very nice by
FPS first try.
FPS. Very nice. That's gonna be pretty much the last tricky trick. Feral nailing
Both
it
of
as
them.
well.
These runs are so amazing.
These runners know the race is on.
So amazing.
They've got to at this point.
And FBS has now collected every single item in the game.
Getting that 230 missile. Corporal bringing up a good point. Baby Skip could very well decide this.
Baby Skip could decide it. They're less than a Baby Skip apart.
As feasibly, we hesitate to say this because this is where most of our curses come in, but so could feasibly stand up.
Another interesting question is whether FPS can do the down back step skip or the speed step skip, because that's going to be an extra pause, which is about 2.5 seconds.
The question is, will we see a Torian save at all? We would highly doubt it, considering it's Hundo. BPS. Yeah, no, Sloter's BPS, we are stopping right there. Nope, we're stopping right there with it. We're not going any further with stand-up.
FPS turns off screw attacks. That's a couple seconds that Feral will be getting back.
Wow, that was a 117.36 on that elevator to Feral with that impatient bouncing. The 117.46, so about 10 seconds.
Oh, it looks like they're both turning off screw attack.
So,
Feral's
yeah,
turning off spring ball as well.
Kip, you were absolutely right earlier when you said about 9 seconds.
Okay, so it looks like Feral is not going to be going for a blue bomber.
No blue bomber. Frowny face.
Looks like Feral does have every missile pack in the game. So does FPS.
The question is, do they have every super and power bomb pack? We will definitely find out at the end. Blue bomber could decide it into me.
Moment of truth. The baby skip. The baby skip.
Let's get those bless RNGs in chat for both of these runners.
Let's get those baby thumps out as well.
Looking good. On FBS.
And he gets it.
Pop! FBS getting the nice baby skip. Feral, you got this.
Both of these runners getting a baby skip.
Very nice. And looks like Feral's was a little bit faster than FBS's there, so it's going to make up a little bit of time on that. The question is, will it be enough? Will
Stand up
he
to
be
decide
able
this race. They're definitely close enough to stand up to decide the race.
FBS for that first try on the Zeb skip.
FBS doing the beautiful bomb method to kill the first Rinka.
Feral also with the first try on that Zeb skip. Very nice from both of these runners. Y'all, make sure you go follow these runners.
Both of them have identical Mother Brain 1. They both kill the bottom right Rinko with a bomb, one shot, and then they shoot 2 shots at the bottom left Rinka, and then kill the top Rinka.
Alright, so it's going to be 20 shots for both of our runners here. The current beam combo they have on a... And that's 16 for FPS. Mother Brain starts the catch-up phase at 16.
We hope that Mother Brain RNG does not decide this race. There's about 5. We believe that there's about 5 seconds of RNG they can get just from Mother Brain.
In before pressing enter on the not done decides it.
That could make it a second race in the tournament decided by that.
Alright, so unlike in GT Classic, the stand-up here is going to be a lot safer, to where in GT Classic it can be very easy to get the baby Metroid stuck on Mother Brain's knee. There's almost no chance of that here in Hundo. We wouldn't wager, and either of our runners would...
We count about 8 seconds difference right here.
Oh crap, you always said it. We're so sorry. Not like this. Looks like FPS is going to be safe from getting that baby on the knee, as is Feral. Yeah, Feral playing it really safe. Y'all, let's get those baby thumbs out in chat for one of the saddest moments in gaming history here. The baby Metroid dying to save our lives. Very beautiful stand-up by FPS, as well as Feral.
Feral trying to get every single hit possible in that stand-up.
All right, y'all. Let's hope for that blue bomber. We'll see how this goes.
We're counting 6 seconds apart right now. So any mistakes could just in the escape decide to run.
No blue bomber from FPS, but we don't blame him.
Especially the mistake of trying to save the animals.
Yeah, Feral also not going for it. So no blue bomber hype, but again, we don't blame either of the runners for that. That's a costly trick, as some runners have found out and ended up tied.
Feral is going to save a couple seconds in the Leo room. Feral's taking
that
better
moonfall.
strat and it's going to save us a couple seconds. This could come down to Steam RNG. This could come down to Steam RNG.
Oh my gosh, y'all! Moment of truth for the runners. Are they save the animals or not? We hope not. Wow! Y'all! GG to FPS, who finished in first place with an official time of 1:24.14, and Feral hot on those heels in second place with an official SRL time of 1:24.21. Kapop and GG to both of these runners who put on an absolutely amazing race.
That was utterly amazing. They were only a few seconds apart going into the climb.
Make sure to follow those runners, y'all, while we're waiting on item completion in the Deer Forest. There's a link in chat for you. Also, make sure you follow my commentary partner here, Fred's Spirit. They're a really amazing, awesome, wonderful person, and you're not going to want to miss any of these runners have to do in their Super Metroid careers.
And make sure you follow Poppy, an excellent runner and amazing commentator. This was such a great race.
Oh, Canadian Al, if they're both at 99%, we expect to see them both dot undone and go find it and come back. Can you dot undone? Is that a thing?
You can undone, but at this point we're just waiting to verify that they both have all the items. They both have all the majors, they both have all the missiles, and we're just waiting on a power bomb and super count.
Yes.
So this is after that race, this is just like a tense minute waiting for verification.
Got 10 minutes of item fanfare, and then, yeah, the tense minute here. Yeah, Big Fat B-Net, unfortunately you missed a really close one. Thankfully, though, there's going to be a VOD of it. So you'll get to watch it back. So it was a really, really fun race.
This was a great race.
And that's apparently a 30-second PB for FBS, so...
Congratulations, FBS!
GG. Yeah, GG. GG. Y'all, let's get some Craig Asms in chat for that PB. From FBS there. Special thanks to all of R&D1 staffs.
And a huge thank you to all of the organizers of the Super Metroid tournament. They've all put in a huge amount of work to make this happen, and because of their hard work, we got to witness this amazing race. So thank you to all the organizers.
Moment of truth for both of these runners. This is so stressful.
100%, please.
100%. GG FBS, today's winner.
And GG Feral also finished with 100%.
Yes, so FBS gonna move on to face Sloters, if we recall correctly.
Yes, in the grand finals of the tournament.
Yes, also Deer Force for Feral. Let's make sure we get those in chat.
One more match to go in this entire tournament. And we will find out who the winner is.
Yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been a really awesome race. We're certainly happy all of you tuned in. Make sure to give these runners a follow. Make sure to follow Freya's Spirit as well, who's on commentary with us today. Make sure to follow yourselves, and more importantly, follow your hearts. We will see
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching.